training, continuing education, getting better at your craft. That is what we are talking about, because you want to get more from yourself, your business, and your team. And the only way to do that is to never stop learning. Education is a must. It can never end. It can never stop, right? So today I'm training on the importance of education and advanced training in your med spa. Plus share really some of the different types of education that I think pay the highest returns in your business and really what you should expect from your team when you invest in them, right? Because the worst thing is when you invest in your team, you spend a lot of hard-earned money and they don't take it seriously, they don't apply it or use it, right? They take it for granted. So I want to give you some best tips and practices to ensure that you are going to actually get a return on your investment when it comes to education and advanced training. That really is the game changer in differences that I see between one med spa to the next. Because think about it, guys, all med spas, right? We have injectables and we have the same, if not very similar devices, right? We have some different brands out there and we won't debate which is the best, right? But at the end of the day, you need to be able to create that experience and those results that is going to differentiate you from your competitors, right? And education is the key. Education is going to help you and your team not only expand, but increase your skill set in knowledge. And when you have employees that are experiencing success, then they're happier in their jobs, which is going to help you retain them, right? Because there's nothing worse than turning and burning through employees in your business. It's going to help them and you generate new ideas and perspective. It's going to help increase. I talk a lot about the law of the lid, right? And when we get more education and training, it helps increase that lid, that ceiling that everybody has. And that helps them to perform higher, to have more desires and wishes in their life. And it's going to benefit you and your patients. It's also going to boost morale, right? And when you learn something, for most people, that's exciting. That gives them self-worth. And not to mention when they boost their performance, right? It's going to help them and you make more money and get better results for your patients. So there's just never a bad thing that comes from learning something, from growing your skill set. Now, when it comes to the med spa industry and niche, of course, everyone knows about, injectable training and device training, anatomy training, right? But I don't want you to forget about the other types of training, right? And it's as simple as mindset, communication, marketing, spiritual health, video training. Like I could go on and on about the different types of training, and they're all very important. I think about my own investment in training and advancement, and I can tell you that I've spent more post college than I did getting, my bachelor's and my master's degree. I've invested way more in myself, from hiring coaches, taking training, and these coaches are in a variety of things, right? It's not, for me, it's not just about teaching me how to be a better marketer or business consultant, right? For you, it might be, not just about being a better injector or learning how to use a laser device, right? But maybe increasing your skill set in leadership, mindset, communication. I also have been in a lot of mastermind groups of high level, high performing business owners. And what they need is not just learning how to be a better injector or, how to use the device. Those are all very important things, and you should absolutely be investing those as well. But I want to open your mindset of that there's so much more possibility out there, right? Because if we aren't physically healthy, right, then it's going to affect our work life. It's going to affect how we manage our team and our business. So maybe it's health that you need to work on. Maybe it's spiritual, right? Maybe it's leadership. There are a lot of good badass injectors or laser technicians, right, that have a hard time running their business or have a hard time leading other people. So maybe that's the skill set they need to work on. So I ask yourself to, as you are continuing your growth game and leveling up your skill set, look at your total life and not just your business or your career, right? Because they bleed and affect one another. And then once you get real dialed in of where you really want to focus your energy and time, because the reality is you don't have time, the energy, the money, all of those, right, to work on all of those things at once. But what is it that's going to help you the most right now? And there is literally free to low cost to, large investment trainings out there. I don't believe there is ever a valid excuse to stop learning, to stop growing, because there's so many free resources at your fingertips. YouTube has so much great free content on pretty much any subject matter that you would want, right? And then there's on-demand self-paced trainings, right, that are a little bit could be a smaller investment to, in-person, one-on-one, high touch coaching and consulting. And all of those are valuable. And I really encourage you to look at where you're at in your career in business and see what it is that you need right now and what you have the capacity to actually use it, right? I've been totally guilty in the past where I've literally spent, $20,000 with a coach, but I literally didn't have the capacity or time to implement any of the great things that they taught me. And it was my own fault, right? Like, it's not that they were a bad coach or they didn't give me the right training, right? I just didn't have the capacity. So you need to be really honest with yourself, right? You may want to do a certain thing, but do you have the time and the capacity to take action and implement those things? That brings me to, if you are to invest in your team members, right? We're not even talking about yourself now. We're saying investing in your team members is an important thing. A lot of high performing med spas give their team members an annual training and growth and development budget per year that can be applied to a course, an in-person training, going to a conference, right? Taking, you have to get additional credits to stay accredited with your licenses, all of those things. And it's important to have parameters of what the expectation is. If I'm going to invest in you, right? If I'm going to approve this travel and this paid time off to go to this conference, whatever it may be, it's perfectly acceptable. And you should have a conversation about what is going to be expected in return, how they are going to take what they learned and implement it, how they're going to share with other members on your team of the knowledge that they just learned, right? To pass it on and pay it forward to other members on the team. So it's really important to have those conversations and make sure that when you're investing in them, they're actually applying those new skills that they learned, those new revelations, and you're going to reap the rewards from that. Now, again, if you aren't able, a point in your business, whether it's personally or for your team members, to invest in, $5,000 one-day training with, the best person that does, the Agnes RF, right? Or I had another client that did a training yesterday with cool sculpting and how they do the quad, 4 paddles at a time kind of thing. you certainly can still absolutely continue your growth game, again, with free online videos and courses. Their books, you guys, it's a lost trade, I feel like, for so many people, because of social media, because of podcasts, which I'm a huge fan of podcasts and of course social media, but books still can provide you with huge impact. And of course, I want to talk about conferences as well, industry conferences, because that is a great place not only to learn, like you can literally go to the best injectors, the best device people, the best, business, financial, marketing, all of the best in the best industry, specifically for med spas, and learn from them, and then get to network and speak with them after their presentations with paying one fee, right? Instead of, like I said, my client that had paid thousands of dollars for that one-on-one time with her for 4 hours, right? You can pay one fee and have access to a number of professionals, the best in the best of the industry. So that's why I'm a huge fan of conferences, because you get access to so many of the best. And those people that attend conferences and events, they want to share, they want to give, they want to collaborate and give back to their community. So I'm a huge fan of conferences. In fact, I am going to be at Aesthetic Next. I have 3 different sessions that I'm going to be speaking at that I'm really excited. So Aesthetic Next is that first week in September. And I'm going to be speaking on train my practice manager in the business track, which is super amazing. I can't wait to pour into you guys on this particular topic to help really overcome those day-to-day fires that you're having to put out, the overwhelm, the times when you feel like you've told your team like over and over again of this is what has to be done, or this is the way we do it, and it's just not happening, and you're not meeting your goals and your benchmarks, right? And a lot of it has to do with how the practice manager has built the foundations, the system, the communication, and the accountability for that full circle of bringing it all together. So I'm really excited to be talking about that. I'm also going to be doing 4-step marketing plan for paying off your device, because it's the worst when you just spent $100,000, $150,000, right? And then you get the device, you get your training, and you think that they're just going to show up and come, that they're going to purchase because this device is so great. Well, you know that, right? But it doesn't always equate to immediately filling your schedule with that brand new device. So I'm really excited to share with you guys my 4-step marketing plan that really has helped our clients have huge successful launches where some of them have even paid off their device before their first payment was even due, and started making money immediately. So I'm excited to talk to you about that. And then I am going to be collaborating with some amazing women on a new practice owner boot camp. And so I'm really excited to be doing that. I'm going to be focusing on really that checklist that you should be keeping in mind and working towards in your journey to building a multi-million-dollar med spa. So I'm going to actually link up, if you haven't purchased your ticket yet to Aesthetic Next in Dallas that first week of September, I really encourage you to do that. I have a special discount code, Kaufman50, CAUFF man 50, that will give you $50 off your registration. So make sure that you take advantage of that. I think AmSpa is another great meeting to go to. There's so many good ones out there. But again, if conferences are not the time, is not in the budget right now, or you have the time to do it, make sure that every single month, certainly every single quarter, you're doing something better to grow your mind, grow your business, grow your skill set, because it really will give you the highest return on investment, right? And I'm a marketer. That's, I'm telling you that is primarily like a marketer, but a business consultant as well, a business owner. And I can tell you that I know it to be true of when I'm really strategic about my growth, my development for myself, for my team, for my company, it always pays me a return on investment. Sometimes that's small, but oftentimes it's very, very large, and it's compounding. It really is compounding. Okay, so if you love this training, make sure you share it with your team or another med spa that could benefit. And you can catch the replay on my YouTube channel. And to get access to more free trainings that will help grow your med spa, make sure that you visit my link tree and my social bio and join me live here every Wednesday, 2:30 Central Time, same place, same time. Find me on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn. Guys, thanks so much for joining me.